Hello, thanks for joining me today, and thanks to all you guys who've subscribed. The subscriptions have gone up a bit. We'll keep on growing the channel, we'll keep on making it happen. All good news, and a lot of good news this weekend in astrology. Actually, it's been a really difficult time earlier in the week. When we actually got to Thursday yesterday, things started to settle down a bit, but the power of negative thinking has been really highlighted, and it all changes this weekend. I'll be back on Sunday with a look at what's happening in the week ahead, but in this video it's astrology from August the 27th to the 29th 2021. So we're starting with the moon in Taurus. Moon stays in Taurus until the 29th actually, so on Sunday the 29th she'll be moving into Gemini. Got that one right in the end, but it's a good time, you know. There's a lot of patience in the air. The bull sign of Taurus is often seen as having very powerful energy to smash through things, but in this case Taurus is smashing through a lot of the troubles we've been going through, particularly in the last week actually, and it is a turning point in astrology, which is good. It's a great time for things where you've got to put in prolonged, persistent kind of efforts, but it's also good for taking a complete rest. And with Taurus, you've got to decide which one of those you want to do. Really great time for plants, gardening, that kind of thing. But it's not good if you've got to be really quick-witted and make fast decisions. Today, actually, Friday the 27th, agreements take place quite naturally and easily, changes in awareness as well, so it's quite positive in that sense, but not a real good time for prolonged effort at things. So we are at this moment about 75% full on the moon as I'm recording this, which is goodness me, it's about 5:15 a.m. Central USA time, about 11:15 in the UK, so about 75% full. And we actually reach third quarter on August the 30th, which is next Monday, so that's going forward a bit. But the moon is well and truly on the wane now, and home life, domestic situations, things like that are coming into a much sharper focus because of that. So let's take a look at how things line up with our closest heavenly bodies as we go into this weekend. Sun is trine Uranus at the moment, so sudden moves, radical proposals, a certain amount of controversy in the air. People, you know, surprise you, usually with original ideas as well. And in terms of original ideas, there's a lot of innovation around, and so it favours progress. Quick thinking is favoured. Doesn't exactly go with Taurus, but you know, willingness to accept change will basically get you everywhere, because life is change and there is no point at all trying to fight it. The moon herself in moon astrology is trine the sun, and this is a beautiful way to start the weekend actually. Balance, harmony, changes, like I said a minute ago, in awareness, in relationships happen naturally, quickly, so a great time for making agreements, a great time to decide something. If you've been umming and ahhing about something and not sure what you should do, today's a good day to just stick a pin in the map and make that decision. It ought to go pretty well. No guarantees, friends, there's no guarantees with astrology, unfortunately, but you know, that's the thing to do. Go for it, basically, that's what I'm saying. Our next closest heavenly body is Mercury. Now, Mercury is actually void in Virgo at the moment. No retrograde of Mercury until much later in September, so we've got a good month plus to go before that happens. But there is a lot of nervous energy around with Mercury void in Virgo. Communications tend to fail, things get broken, you get unusual weather going on as well. Now I've got to say it's beautiful weather in my little part of Wales, UK today, but there could be some wacky weather going on around the world. Then Venus is square Pluto, so stressful events could possibly happen. It's a challenging transit, but more from Pluto coming up later this weekend, because we've got a grand Earth trine coming on Sunday. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But yeah, Venus square Pluto, it makes things a bit forced, you know. People will cooperate, people will participate in each other's little projects and in each other's big projects as well if it comes to that, particularly because of the moon trine sun and sun trine Uranus, which is all looking pretty good. But it's a difficult time to get people to talk really openly. There's not quite as much trust in the air as I would like, because Venus squaring Pluto is like that. It brings the divine feminine into that whole idea of forced change being forced upon us. So rather difficult. Mars is opposite Neptune, and so actions, motivations, initiatives, people taking the initiative, seems questionable, and it can be quite sort of counterproductive, and this is where things start to get a bit tangled. But it has been actually a fairly negative week in astrology so far. It's really highlighted the power of negative thinking, but that has started to change. Let me quickly look at my cheat sheet before I run out of things to say here. Okay, yeah, Mercury trined Pluto yesterday on Thursday, and that actually started things feeling better, and then the moon conjuncted Uranus and is going to trine Mars on Saturday, so Saturday's a pretty good day too, and all the paranoia from earlier in the week is going to be shaken off. But then we come to that grand trine, and it's energy that we can harness. It's really pretty positive. A trine is an aspect of astrology when two planets are 120 degrees apart, basically, or four full zodiac signs. Each zodiac sign is a constellation, so the planets are four constellations apart, so it's not too difficult to work out what's going on. Trines are major aspects, basically. There are 5 of those. There's conjunct, that we mentioned a minute ago, sextile, where it's 60 degrees, square, trine, and opposition. And oppositions are kind of quite tricky. But trines are a very beneficial kind of aspect, and probably the most beneficial of the aspects, actually, because their energy is easier to deal with. And a trine is always pushing us towards making positive use of what's going on. A ground trine is a configuration that happens when 3 planets are trine one another, and they'll occupy 3 zodiac signs of the same element, basically. And so, you know, this can happen in a transit, and this is actually going to be happening on Sunday. You could have a grand earth trine in your natal birth chart. It's one of those amazing aspects. And on Sunday, it's a grand earth trine between the moon, Mercury, and Pluto. So grandmother moon is at it. Pluto is very far away from us. It's kind of distant. It's in the shadow, and it represents the darker aspects of human existence. So its world isn't for the faint-hearted. No matter how much you actually want to believe, you know, things are going the way you want them to go, life isn't only fun and sunshine. There can be painful experiences to go through when Pluto gets involved, but this grand trine is a very positive alignment, and it's also very grounded, very earthy. So although Pluto is one of the most feared planets, it's all about forcing change, and like I said before, life is change. There's no getting away from that. So it's the moon and Pluto, also in a trine with Mercury. The fastest moving planet in this solar system is Mercury. It's kind of hot-headed as well. It's really kind of quick. It's small as well, so it's like it's alert, it's jumpy, and people do get worried when Mercury is in the picture. But Mercury has been pretty kind to us this Sunday. It's never far away from the sun. You know, it's actually closer to the sun than we are at the moment. So Mercury is always either in the same zodiac sign as the sun, or in the sign just before it or just after it. So, you know, Mercury, it's been known to people really since ancient times, because it's close enough that it's not too difficult to observe, unlike sort of Neptune, and unlike Pluto, of course, as well. And it's one of the personal planets, you know, that really gets close to people. And it's been in use ever since human beings actually started looking at the skies and wondering what's going on. So it's that grand trine on Sunday, that grand earth trine, that's really going to end the week on a positive note. It's going to be letting people re-establish positive thinking, really, because although Mercury and Pluto are very tricky planets, they are in a very positive alignment, a grand earth trine with the moon. So that's pretty much it as we go through this weekend. Hope that's making some kind of sense to you. It's a bit all over the place, isn't it? But the bottom line is it's positive, and people of all star signs are going to see a more positive set of circumstances around them. And if you're watching this today, Friday the 27th, make this your day for kind of new agreements and striking a balance, because the astrology of today leading into this weekend is all very positive indeed. So have a happy weekend ahead. I'll see you again on Sunday with news of next week. Thanks so much for watching, friends. Please check out my other channel if you would like to. The link to it is in the description down below. It's called Twig Brother, and it is all spiritual stuff on there. We do card readings mostly, that's what it's about. I'll be live on there later today or tonight, depending where you are. It's later today in USA, it's later tonight in UK. It's going to be 5 p.m. Central USA, 11 p.m. UK time. Pulling cards live, so do come over and have a look. If you've enjoyed this video, why not hit the subscribe button, because there will be more videos coming all the time, and I'd love to have you on board. If you subscribe, you'll get a notification every time, so you won't miss anything. And why not drop a like on this video if you've enjoyed it, friends. Leave me a comment, we'll share the journey, and I'll see you again very soon in one of those upcoming future videos. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care of yourselves. Running out of words now. Be good to each other. Bye bye.